Sydney, can you leave some for us? I thought you were trying to lose weight.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
One of the best skits on SNL ever with Chris Farley and David Spade and Adam Sandler. I'm freaking starving. I should have ate more before I did the show. So if I get a little bitchy, that's what it is. I feel like, you know, that old cliche, I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. I'm sitting here thinking, like, I wonder what horse tastes like. I bet it tastes good. I know. Oh no, horses are beautiful. If they were ugly, would it be okay to eat them? I'm just saying. Is that what the standard is? Oh no. Horses, they serve a purpose. They help with farms and whatnot. Yeah, but I bet I'm just saying. I'm not saying that we need to make a movement and start eating more horse. No, I'm just saying, if I was in a pinch and I needed to eat something and there's a horse around, hey, there's a lot of meat on that thing. It's like when you go like traveling to another country. If somebody serves me up something, I'm probably not going to ask what it is until after the fact because I'll think too much. Be like, this is delicious meat. And they're like, yeah, it's, and I'm like, no. Tell me afterwards. Okay. Then afterwards, they're like, yeah, that was my pet dog, Sparky. He was delicious, right? He was. You must have gave him plenty of walks on a regular basis. That's how I'm starting the show, guys, is talking about pets. Sorry. That's what happens when I'm hungry. I have pictures behind me if you're watching on the video, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. I have a picture of like somebody holding a hot dog, and I have this beautiful burger. I don't know where it's from, but it's like a bacon black and blue burger. Oh my god, it looks so delicious, and that's just not helping my cause. So as I'm doing this show, I'm going to be glancing over at it and just get salivation going. Oh, so good. So good. Oh my god, I need to stop thinking about food. But I love food. I'm looking for a new food sponsor too. And that's just like making it worse too, because I'm looking at all these different places and I'm like, oh God, please let them, sign on because that sounds delicious. I just want to eat there is essentially what it is. I need an excuse to go eat at certain restaurants. Like, oh, this is good. Never had Indian food before. This looks delicious. Anyway, we got a lot to get into, a lot of great stories. Sorry, that's my life. I'm random. Make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening. Don't forget today's show is presented to you by High Society Cannabis Dispo and Lounge, and of course, Bet Online. In fact, Bet Online is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. Bet Online has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are going on. And if you think you know your stuff, go and get in on the Bet Online's $200,000 mega contest and pick 5 games against the spread every single week for your chance at weekly prizes and a share of that $200,000. When the games are over, head on over to their online casino, get in on the game of blackjack or poker, or you can unwind with one of their over 150 slot games. Go to betonline.ag right now. Betonline.ag. Go there right now and get in on the action. It's Bet Online. The game starts here. And before we get in the headlines, I got to bring this up. I just wrote this on my rundown. It just says, I'm a dick. That's all I wrote. I didn't add anything else. And that could go down so many different avenues, right? There's days where you're just like, God, I'm such a dick. The reason why I wrote this is the other day, I just wasn't feeling that great. Probably that time of the year, my kids are at school. They probably brought a little bug home, but either way, just had a slight migraine. Had to go pick up my kids from their aunt's house because she made them dinner and was just, having some gammy time, which is great. And I go over there and there's these 2 16-year-old girls over there, and one of them is just like, oh, this is Scott. He's wearing a shirt. I was wearing my DeHuff Uncensored shirt, and she's like, that's his show. and you should listen to it. And I was like, no, don't listen to it. You're under 18. You're not allowed to. Right. And I'm just like really kind of just irritated. My kids aren't listening to me because I'm like, we need to go home, because, you got school in the morning type of thing. And she's like, oh, I won't listen then. Like I was like, oh shit, sorry. And she's in there. They kept trying to talk to me. So what's your podcast about? And I'm like, whatever. It's just funny stuff. Do you ever have that where somebody wants to talk to you about something? They're so sweet and nice, and you're just like, I'm just not in the mood right now. And normally I am, but I felt bad, like I ruined her life. She's only like 16 or whatever the hell she is, maybe 15. And like she's gonna remember this moment. Like, don't meet your heroes. Don't meet your heroes. I was her hero for 2 seconds, and then I just pop blew it up. She has no idea who I am. But I'm going to go ahead and say, for just a brief moment, I could have been her hero. And then I just ruined it for her. Just shat all over it. Everywhere. Messy. I felt like such a dick. Not enough so where I went back over there and apologized. No. I don't do that. Come on. Have you ever done that? Where you're just like, you interact with somebody and you're like, afterwards, hindsight, you get home or whatever, time's passed. You sit there and you go, geez, I was an asshole. And they're just, and what they're thinking when they're thinking about the interaction with you. They're like, God, I met Scott the Huff today, host of the Huff Uncensored podcast. And all I can think of is,
What a bitch.
yeah, what a bitch. What a bitch. Oh, man.
Right, as always.
Ken, you're not supposed to agree with that, you dick. Anyway, you know what we need to do? Let's not be dicks. Let's just jump into some headlines.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now, here are the headlines.
This, I feel like I shouldn't read this headline. I feel like Connery the Huff needs to read this headline because it's right up his alley. Hey, Connery, what are you doing? Well, I just got done banging your mother. Okay, no details, please. Can you come over here and read this? Sure. What is it? Let's see. Okay. All right. A Philadelphia couple was having sex. You got me. I like this. In their Range Rover, and it accidentally rolled into the river that was nearby, and that was because they hit their gear stick while in the back seat. I like this. This couple seems like they got their head on straight. Okay, thanks, Connor. You're done. Okay, good, because I need to go back to, banging your mother. Okay. Oh, anyway. So the couple jumped out of the SUV before the vehicle actually hit the water and plummeted beneath the surface. It wasn't that deep, but it's enough to submerge their SUV. So what is an SUV roughly, depending? 5-6 feet tall, depending. I don't know. But either way, it's enough to fuck up your car. What a horrible, horrible thing. That's embarrassing. It's like 4:00 in the morning. They're getting it on. Yeah. And then somebody's leg goes, bam, kicks the gear shift, pops it out of gear, and then it goes rolling down. Thankfully, they were able to jump out. What a moment killer. I tweeted this out, and then Mike wrote in, well, that's a humble brag. Getting your rocks off. Now imagine, what are those farmers insurance commercials where they're like, we've seen everything, whatever their slogan is. Imagine that making its way into a commercial. What about you're begging your wife or your girlfriend, and then somebody kicks the gear shift and it goes rolling into a river? They're like, we cover everything because we've seen everything, or something, like whatever their slogan is. That's terrible. You just ruined your car. Your car is fucked. You can't salvage that, right? I'm not a mechanic, but I'm guessing water everywhere isn't good for your vehicle, right? Right. I know I got some people that listen that are into cars, like Stan's Auto. Stan's Auto up in Loveland. If you care about your car, you got to check out Stan's Auto service in Loveland. That's a real company. It's a family company. Dude, they do a great job. I take my car up there whenever possible, even though I live like 40 minutes away. But anyway, we don't need to go down that. That's a terrible way to screw up your car. It's not like you just actually bumped into something or and screwed it up, or somebody, ran into your vehicle, or there was a flood that came out of nowhere. No, you were about to bust a nut, and then next thing you know, or maybe that's what happened, you busted your nut and you kick your leg out when you climax, and that's when you kick the gear shift, and then you ruined your vehicle. I think Mike is right. I think that is a good little humble brag. You're having sex and you fucked up a car. How'd you lose your car? I was banging Tracy the other day. What? Wait, hold on. I said, what happened to your car? And you start the story with saying, I was banging Tracy. Tracy's my sister, you son of a bitch. I got this next story via The Guardian, and it's a company retreat gone wrong. There's a lot of companies that swear by doing company retreats. It's usually for the management team, and they forget about the actual people that do all the work. I'm just saying that's usually what happens, right? What if you want a good company retreat, you need to work in the grinders, the blood of the company. I don't care if let's say you have 20 regular employees, and let's say you do a company retreat every quarter. Well, then just take, what is it, 5 of those employees each time. So you rotate through them, and take the stupid management, the people that are that all the employees are like, how the fuck did that guy get promoted? That guy's an idiot. I think that's the way to do it. You get some actual employees into the company retreats, and that's a good thing. But anyway, it's management and sales reps. The people that do the least amount of work. Okay, fuck you. Don't come at me. Anyway, a Colorado man survived a night on a mountain all by himself while injured after being left behind by his coworkers during an office retreat. That's going to be so awkward come the next day. This happened, just the other day, so I'm sure he's back in the office. Oh my God, I would be pissed. There was like a 15-person group, and they're hiking. They get up to wherever they wanted to hike. It's on top of some fucking mountain. Everybody starts descending. He's trying to descend. He gets disoriented, starts, pinging his location to his coworkers. And they're like, no, bro, you're in the wrong area. Go this way or go that way. Then he starts going that way, starts pinging his location. They're like, no, bro. And nobody during this time that this guy's lost and confused, nobody decides, let me go get him. I got this. I'll go get Johnson. Fucking moron. I don't care if you look at him as a moron. Somebody go up there and help him out. Not everybody is, great when it comes to scenarios like that. It's easy to get twisted and turned up in the mountains. It's very easy, which we'll get into the 10 essentials for hiking, according to the National Park Service, which is very important if you're going out there. Eventually, they send out a search and rescue crew at night. They couldn't find him, and then they come back out during the morning and eventually rescue the guy. I'm sorry, I'd be pissed. You guys knew where he was at. Why didn't you have a buddy? You should always be hiking, especially in that type of situation. You're in little, You have a big group, and then you have little groups. You have your hiking buddy. And if it's an odd amount of people, one of those groups, one of those little buddy groups are going to have three. Nobody should be alone up there just in case. You don't know if you need to repopulate the planet. I don't know. Shit could go sideways. You can't be by yourself. It's not very smart. And I just, the way I look at it is the next time you're back in the office after this scenario, it would be very hard to look at it. I'm hoping this guy takes the high road and isn't, isn't resentful towards his coworkers. Because the way I look at it is like not one of you said to go after me. I'm sure maybe somebody did. Maybe somebody did offer to go, be like, dude, let me go get him. I know where he's at. No, 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 no. We don't need two people lost. There's a good chance those words were uttered. Okay. So that's in all fairness, that's fine. But I'm sorry, you and I are hiking in a group, and all of a sudden you get lost. Guess who's coming to the rescue? Big Daddy D Huff. Okay, I'm coming for you. Okay, I ain't leaving you behind. If I know where to go, send me and somebody else up there. I'm not gonna leave somebody behind. That's fucked up. And it's not like they were overly prepared. I'm sure that they had some stuff with them, but not enough. I mean, you're going for a hike on a 14er. You're probably not anticipating that you're going to have to stay the night, though you should. Which gets me to what the National Park Service says are the 10 essentials for hiking anywhere you go. Navigation. Got to have some sort of compass, something that helps you navigate. GPS obviously is ideal. Sun protection. Probably the one thing that a lot of people forget. Insulation. In case you need to, have, a blanket of some sort. Is something like that to keep you warm. Illumination. Very important. First aid supplies. Yes, because this guy was hurt. He ended up getting hurt. You also need stuff to start a fire. You need a repair kit and tools, nutrition, hydration, and emergency shelter. So those are all the important things. I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed if I'm this guy. The fact that, like, I totally forgot as we were going through this that he was injured. I don't know how he was injured. I didn't see that part. Sorry, I fucked up. I forgot to tell you that part. Let's just assume he had like two broken legs and they left him there. Now you hate them more, right? Oh, he's broken legs. He could crawl back. See, and if he's pinging where he's at and they're messaging him saying, "Hey, you're in the wrong area," and he's hurt, and you know that makes me more upset why they didn't go try to rescue him. Fuck. Bunch of dicks. Bunch of dicks. When it comes to light of who the company is or what the company is, that's a really bad look. They need to take care of this guy. And I don't, and that doesn't mean gift cards and pizza parties, okay? You need to give them a raise, and you guys need to walk on eggshells for like 2 years. Because anytime, something comes up, he's going to throw that back in your face. Are you guys ready for the meeting? It's right down the hall. Yeah, don't leave without me, guys. I know you like to do that. Don't just wait for me, okay? It's always going to be that. Hey, you guys want to go grab some lunch? Yeah, where do you guys want to go? How about Applebee's? Okay, I'll meet you there. Will you? Will you meet me there? Kind of hard to believe that. I mean, it is Applebee's, so I'm sure you guys will show up because it is delicious. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. I don't think I've ever been on a work retreat. I've gone on working, you know, events, traveling and stuff like that. But I've never, I guess I've just never been important enough to go on a work retreat. We're doing trust falls and shit. And I got to be honest, when when I worked in radio, when I worked in restaurants, stuff like that, and I never restaurants you don't do that unless you're in the corporate world. When you actually work in a restaurant and you're working nonstop, you don't have time to go on these work retreats unless you're the GM because whatever. But when I was in radio, there's nobody that I would trust to catch me in a trust fall. Nobody. No. God. Mark Schlereth broke my ribs. Do you think I'd trust him to catch me? Actually, there was a few times where he did catch me, and then he kissed me on the forehead. That's probably true. There was a time where I gave Mark for a video. It's out there somewhere, unless they deleted it, where I gave him a massage on my desk with his shirt off. And I don't remember what it was for, but it was something like that. And then the best joke about that video is the camera pans over after I'm like, rubbing Mark's back, is it pans over to Mike Evans, who's sitting in the corner eating a banana. Oh my God, just thinking about it right now makes me laugh. It's so fucking funny. They don't do videos anymore. Or they do, but it's just like all business. Boring. Come on. Entertain me, fuckers. Anyway, speaking of food, Wendy's is allegedly making the official Spongebob Squarepants Krabby Patty burger. It's being rumored that that's gonna come out. The only thing I have an issue with that is the Krabby Patty has no meat or no animal products in it. It's just all veggie based. So I don't know if I'd try. I would try it. I guess, just to say I did. But I don't anticipate it being good. No cheese, which is probably fine for me. But the no meat, if it's a meat substitute, I just haven't had a really good meat substitute. I've had them where they're okay. But you know what? You put enough seasoning on stuff, and sauce, it might be good. It might be good. So look for that. That might be a cool thing. Who knows? It'll be gimmicky. It'll be a good way for kids to try a meat alternative. You know, Listen, there's times where I don't eat red meat for a while. I'll eat turkey burgers, I eat chicken, and then I'll go and eat like just a beef burger, and holy crap, that just wrecks my stomach. Yeah, I'm talking about diarrhea, guys. That's not that funny. It's not that funny, but it made me laugh, and I apologize. We got more coming your way, but first, High Society Cannabis Dispo and Lounge. They're so proud that they followed that comment. Uh, it's High Society Cannabis Dispo and Lounge. It's an alcohol. It's like an alcohol bar, excuse me, but it's for cannabis. So you got to swing on over. You can purchase product on site. You can consume on site, and then you can take the rest home. It's really cool. They got something for everyone. They offer a wide selection of flour, pre-rolls, concentrates, and edibles, and they provide everything you need to consume it with, whether it's papers or bongs. It's really, really neat. And this is a great place to go, especially on Sundays, because they got 7 big screen TVs so you can catch your favorite sporting events, and they have the NFL Sunday ticket. Freaking awesome. Dude, college football is officially underway this week. Starting tonight, they got the CU Buffs taking on North Dakota State, I believe. And from here on out, you can catch your favorite sporting event or whatever you want to watch over there. And you can even do watch parties. I know when certain artists have album releases, they'll do watch parties over there, and there'll be a bunch of people gathered around the section apart off for them and just have a good old time. How cool is that? Do something different. What a great place to just go hang out with your friends. They also do Nintendo Switches for rent, and they got tons of free board games, playing cards. They got a quarter arcade with pinball machines, vintage Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and more. High Society also has tons of events. They got comedy shows, they do live music, open mic nights, drag bingo, craft nights, puff and paints, game nights, and they even do Texas Hold'em games. It's so, so cool. They're open daily from noon to 10, happy hour runs from noon to 4:20, Monday through Friday. It's High Society Cannabis Dispo and Lounge. It's only 9 minutes from Coors Field. Like I said, they're open noon to 10 every single day. Got to be at least 21 or older to consume. No outside product. Just buy it there. It's High Society over at 7667 Washington Street. Just GPS to High Society. Well, the no fun police decided to nab that dirty, dirty pirate that blows bubbles. The bubble pirate in San Diego, which, of course, in German means a whale's vagina. Sandy Snakenberg is a homeless veteran known for bubble blowing in La Jolla Cove. I am certain I fucked that up. And so this guy goes around. All he does is he entertains people with fucking bubbles, and it's like a whole science and entertainment thing that he does. He brings happiness to people. He was issued a citation by a San Diego park ranger for liquid littering. That's apparently a thing. Dude, people call him the bubble man. He entertains people, young and old. And you're like, I hate the world. Happiness is bad. Liquid littering. What a dick. That's a park ranger that just probably didn't get accepted into the police academy and just taking his anger out on the rest of the planet. What a dick. Now, allegedly, the park ranger that wrote the ticket said, bubbles frighten me, like really bad. I was going to start popping them with my pistol, but I remember the department took that away after I shot all those butterflies for wind littering. Again, nobody has that quote. I'm the only one with that quote. So, boom, you're welcome. Allegedly, that's a quote. What a dick. I just want to kill happiness. Fuck. You feel good, big man? Huh? Huh? Writing a ticket for a man that brings happiness with bubbles? Huh? Big man? Huh? What a dick. Jesus. Somebody wasn't hugged as a child. Or maybe they were hugged too much. I don't know. Maybe they hate bubbles. I mean, show me on the doll where the bubbles hurt you. Okay? Jeez, dude. That's fucked up. What a pussy. Sorry. Really? Come on. Blowing bubbles. Liquid littering? Are you trying to meet a quota? Why the fuck would you do that? So this guy is like, dude, I'm going to court for this. I'm fighting this. This is ridiculous. My God. I would love to know, like, is the person that wrote the ticket just like an asshole? Nobody likes them, and then they're just, they have misplaced anger. That's what it is. You have misplaced anger, so you're taking it out on the bubble pirate. Fucking dick. Jeremy Jackson, the former child star, best known for playing David Hasselhoff's son on Baywatch, admitted in an upcoming docuseries after Baywatch, Moment in the Sun, that he did some pretty nasty stuff as he was going through puberty. He would break into castmates' trailers and sniff their bathing suits. He said, let's just say I've sniffed every pussy on Baywatch. In all honesty, in his defense, I get it. As a young boy going through puberty, you are raging nonstop. Everything fucking turns you on. And now he's on a set with these beautiful women in bathing suits. A lot of those women were Playboy playmates, like Pam Anderson, etc. They're extremely beautiful. The 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 ladies that Joe Schmo like me would look at and just be like, "Oh my gosh, if I saw her, I don't know what I would do, but I would love to make love to her." And he's like seeing them like right up front to him, in front of him. They're probably putting their hands on his shoulder, and he's like, "Ugh, I need restrictive underwear." Right? So the fact that he did that, the fact that he came out and admitted it, like in a sense, is like, yeah, good for you for admitting that shit. It's disgusting. I mean, at the time, ladies, I got a lot of ladies that listen. Wouldn't that freak you out? In hindsight, you'd be like, I get it because he's a kid. He doesn't, he can't control himself as well as an adult. It's still wrong what he did, but you kind of go, yeah, it's wrong, but I get it. I get it. He shouldn't do it, but I get it. I understand. I don't know I don't know how I'd feel if I found out. This is the difference between guys and and ladies. If I found out that um a kid, it doesn't matter the age. If I found out a woman or a young woman was sneaking into my room and sniffing my underwear, I'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I would assume that that's a pretty much universal thing. The more I say it, as I say it out loud, I don't think anybody would appreciate somebody breaking in and sniffing your underwear, right? I guess there would be a small glimmer of flattery mixed in there. But I think ultimately we can all agree, as we're huddled around here and go, yeah, don't like it. Don't like it. I appreciate his honesty. And to be honest, I don't know how I would handle that situation as a kid going through puberty and surrounded by beautiful women in bathing suits, running around all, hot and sweaty. I'm not saying it's right, but I get it. I get it. Pretty fucked up. But good for him for, you know, admitting what he did. Guess. God, the more I think about it, the more it's like, ugh. Just imagine catching somebody sniffing your underwear. That happened to a lady at a hotel. Like she had a camera set up or something, and I want to say it was like the hotel manager snuck into her room and was sniffing her underwear. That's sick. What the fuck would you do? Wouldn't you like your first instinct would to be, especially if you're in the vicinity, is to beat the shit out of them? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Those are my dirty ones too. Like, I didn't make it. Okay, that's a skid mark, and that skid mark is now on your nose. Jesus, I don't know what I would do. I'd freak the fuck out. It's disgusting. What are you, a goddamn dog? Have you ever seen a dog go after a pair of dirty underwear? It's disgusting, especially if they're puppies. Fucking gross. Like, dude, ugh, ugh. Hey, this next story ties into a topic from yesterday with the dolphin. Kelly Ripa apparently jumped off a boat to communicate with the dolphins because she thought she could talk to them. I'm wondering if you found out more about this situation, if you found out off the record, do you think she was high? She had to be high. Why would anybody think that you could talk to dolphins? Be like, "Ee, ee, 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 ee. Oh, they like peanut butter and jelly. Ee, 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 ee. Oh, and this one's name is Frank. Ee, 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 ee. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This one's rubbing against me. This ain't good." That's bizarre. Yeah, I'm guessing she was high. High as fuck. High as fuck. And that makes sense. That makes sense. God, now I'm gonna be like, I just imagine like, ugh, God, the like sniffing of the underwear is so gross. So gross. Disgusting. Oh, why did I end on that? What the hell's wrong with me? Let's go back to Bubble Man and the angry park ranger. Anyway, I hope you guys had a good week. My week's over. It's Labor Day weekend. I'm going to try to record the show early so I can still air it on Monday. But if you notice too on video, we had a little snafu with StreamYard that I do Twitter. I just post the video solid up on Twitter, and I can post it whenever, wherever. I don't do live stream on Twitter anymore. But I noticed yesterday there was an issue with StreamYard, which is what hosts the video distribution for Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, which nobody watches me on Twitch. Hardly anybody watches me on YouTube either. But anyway, I there was an issue. StreamYard went down yesterday, blah, 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 blah. So I wasn't able to post it at noon. And then I posted it later at like, say, 7:30 last night. And I'm like, wow, I feel like I got more people involved on it. So I might just start. I'm going to try it again today. I'm just experimenting to see if it does better later in the evening when I post it. I'll still post Twitter when I post it. I usually try to get it up there before noon, but everything else will be delayed. You can still listen to this in audio form whenever possible. As soon as it's available to post, I post it. I don't wait on the audio form. But when it comes to the video, I will when it comes to Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So just so you guys know, but you can always catch it on X. Just like audio, it will be up there as soon as possible. Thank you guys so much for joining the show. I really do appreciate you guys. Thanks for making this the #1 comedy podcast in the state of Colorado. Yes, we dive into serious stuff every now and then, like panty sniffers. It's disgusting. Don't get it. Or when it comes to like football in the Colorado area. But ultimately, the goal is to entertain you, have some fun, and let you have an escape from life by laughing at silliness. So I really appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening. And if you can, please give it a nice review. It doesn't mean you have to give it a long song and dance. You could just give it 5 stars, or you can give it 5 stars and say, it makes me feel good in my tummy and my naughty parts, whatever. If that's what you feel like writing, go ahead. As long as it's 5 stars. Don't care. Big thanks to High Society Cannabis Dispo and Lounge, and of course, Bet Online. Go to betonline.ag. It's DeHuff Uncensored. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you next time.